personally, I haven't really witnessed it. I mean, I hear people talking about it and then they point out things and like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't me witnessing it. That was it being shared. Like, it's as if, it's like me, with me being native. I grew up in the street and I have to recognize that. Mm-hmm. So I don't get outside of myself around ceremony, around elders, you know. I'm like, yo, I need to learn more. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm still learning. I'm still a baby, a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? So I don't try to be like, this is mine. You know what I'm saying? Right, this is why I'm learning. And yes, I am. And I'm strong enough to be like, I'm native and I'm proud of it. But when it comes around certain things, I know when to like stand back and be like, you know, so I feel like that's a certain place for people. That's a certain place that people need to learn to stand upon and be like, I'm not at that level, you know, like I'm at this level, getting there, you know. But it's a tough conversation, man, for people to have. But I'll say this too, man, is that for me, it's tough to watch some of the conversations tearing people apart, because I feel like this thing that we have is a gift. It's a spiritual blessing for the people. It's saving lives in third world countries, you know, and it's bringing people together around the globe. And we have things to learn, but we have to remember that it's literally saving lives, you know, literally. And, you know, some people that are holding the conversations, are they suffering like that, you know, or are they suffering like that, you know? And like,
and the big thing about it too is like, you know, the whole saving lives and all that really is unintentional that it became that. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, it didn't start. You would be hard pressed to convince me that the first generation b-boys was thinking about the world. And
no
we're gonna
doubt.
save. Like, they was just having fun. They were kids. They were teenagers having fun, and or whatever ages they were. I'm sure they were in their like early teens or whatever. But my point is just like what you talked about earlier. If you grew up in the hood like I did and like you did, your world is small because you don't know anything about the world. You know what I'm saying? You're basically confined to, I always say, a four block radius, 4 blocks that way, this way, that way, that way. You know, and the people that you're really trying to, if you were a first generation breaker, you're trying to beat the people that you see every day. You're trying to be fresher than the dude next to you. You're not worried about, oh man, this is going to be in a movie one day, or this is going to be like an international phenomenon. That's not how they were thinking. It's dope that it turned out like that because, like you said, now it's a tool to unite people when the attitude is right, when the knowledge is right, when you're mentally where you need to be within this culture. Like it's very unifying, right? But yeah, I just always think how dope it was. Like it's got to be one of the greatest accidents to happen, at least in my lifetime.
And that's why I'm saying that it's a spiritual blessing. It's a gift given from a higher source. Like there was a deep, we didn't understand, you know, or the generation before us didn't know what was going to happen, because it's always been bigger than the people. You know, it's something that's happening, like to bring all these people together, man, all these people around the world. It's amazing, you know. And my thing over the last few years has been to purposely try to bridge the gap between the elders, and I'm not talking about hip hop elders. I'm talking about like let's say elders in the Native community and the youth community, the youth in the Native community. So there's a thing about they should be doing traditional ceremony. They should be doing traditional dances. They should be doing this. And the kids are like, we want to do hip hop. We want to rap. We want to dance. We want to do these things. So my thing was, how do we bridge that gap, you know? But it's showing them that what we're doing is such a reflection of the culture, of traditional culture, and today's hip hop culture. It's a mirror, it's a mirror reflection. So I'm at this event one day. It's called Cypher. And we're doing a jam at a powwow. And so it's a b-boy jam at downstairs, and upstairs is a powwow. But the elders can see downstairs. There's like a hole and they could see downstairs. They start coming downstairs. The grandmas come, they put their blankets, they sitting there watching the kids dance. Next thing you know, the dancers are coming full regalia and they're ciphering with everybody. And then I'm like, dang, the grandmas are like starting to smile, and like the elders are starting to smile. And I mean, they don't really smile in the first place. They're always like, like real serious, you know what I mean? And
even when they are happy, right?
Yeah, even when they are happy. And at the end of the jam, the lady says to me, "This is one of the happiest days of my life. Like, I don't remember being this happy." And she's like, "What you guys are doing is like prophecy. You guys are bringing all the people, she's like, where's everyone? There's all colors here, all different backgrounds, and they're participating in what they feel like is their circle. Like, this is what we do. We come together, we make these circles, we dance, we're listening to the drums, we're doing these things that have been done for hundreds of thousands of years." And they're like, this is like prophecy. And they saw it, you know what I mean? Yeah, they saw it. And so, that's why I feel like this is a special, special gift that's been given to us, and it bridges the gap, man, of our generation and the elder generation. And it's because it's ancient, bro. It's ancient. What we're doing is ancient.
So let's go deeper into that. So, how so if we're under the reality that hip hop is all inclusive, everybody has a place that wants a place, should we get rid of the terms like such and such hip hop, where people put like a ethnicity or a nationality in front of it, like you hear Australian hip hop or even native hip hop? Should we get rid of those terms and just call it hip hop and just say everybody's, like, you don't have to call it, what I'm saying, native hip hop if hip hop is everybody? Yeah. Like, is that?
Well, I've been in this conversation before. It's okay. It's a tough conversation because I've been putting out albums and music for a while, and then later on, I caught this wave in this indigenous hip hop world. A lot of the interviews I do are like, so what's it like to be an indigenous hip hop artist, or whatever? And I'm like, well, I'm just a hip hop artist. Like, I just happen to be native. And I was like, but I don't want to be put in a box that I'm indigenous hip hop. I'm happy to be part of indigenous hip hop because I feel like it uplifts our voice. Like, we're like an invisible people almost a lot of the time, So to have that is empowering to the youth to be like, I can be a part of this indigenous hip hop world. So it empowers people. But you also have to realize that I feel like it's part of part of a teacher's responsibility to tell the youth that, yeah, you're indigenous hip hop, but you're hip hop. So you got to remember that you're hip hop. So I always try to say that, man. It's like, yeah, I'm proud to be part of this indigenous hip hop world. If I'm inspiring indigenous youth to rap, dance, paint, whatever they're doing, can be a DJ, I'll accept that. But at the same time, I'm going to let them know is that, okay, yeah, this is dope. And I'm glad that we're getting our voice heard and our face seen, but we're a part of hip hop. And I feel like I'm just saying that I feel like it's part of we have to teach those responsibilities to people. Not people aren't always going to get it. You know, like people aren't always going to get what people aren't always going to act right. Let's just face it. You know what I'm saying? Like people aren't always going to act right. And there's a certain way to teach people how to act right. You know, and if we're scolding them, they might run away and never be a part of hip hop anymore like that, you know. But if you could teach them and they do the right thing, cool. If you teach them and they don't do the right thing, well, then that's a lesson too, you know. Like that's also something that we have to be like, well, that cat's not really down, you know, like for the situation, and we have to understand that, man. We're not gonna get are we gonna get into a perfect position? I don't know. Are we gonna get into a perfect world where it's all working out? I don't know. And if we did, will we even like it? You know what I'm saying? We if everything was perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right. So from what I'm hearing from you, it's like you have to walk the thin line of the same thing that empowers you can also box you in. So being labeled as indigenous hip hop could empower you. Like, yeah, I see myself in this bigger thing. But if you only see yourself as that, then it also boxes you in. Like, oh, you're indigenous hip hop. You see what I'm saying?
I was really busy at the time, going through a lot of shows and different stuff. And it just came, you know, it's like, it's here, we're going today, you know. I'm like, okay, I'm at the red carpet. And then I was trying to take that moment, but I had this weird experience where
For more quality content from Beyond the Cypher with Illskillz, don't forget to press the like and subscribe buttons. Also, feel free to follow us on Facebook and IG at Beyond the Cypher. Let us know how we're doing in the comment section, and to make sure you don't miss anything from the channel, smash that notification bell. We appreciate the love and support. Peace. Until the next episode.